And importantly, we could get into this. And no, I couldn't eat it all. I had about a quarter of it, and I just couldn't eat any more. I managed beer and wine and plenty of cocktails and got the most horrendous hangover I've had for many years, but that was it. And that's about it for me. So,
it sounds like the weather that you encountered was within reason. It was okay.
well, we were caught in base camp for 2 extra weeks
Right.
because we couldn't climb. We were sort of ready to go, climatised. We'd had plenty of water and food. Yeah, we were ready to go. We just couldn't. Just the winds were either too strong, and bearing in mind you can get winds up to 300 kilometres an hour quite easily, where, you know, if you're climbing on that, you'd literally be blown off the ridge, and people have been. So, you know, you've got to pick your time carefully, and you also got to work out that it isn't a case of it's going to be nice tomorrow. It's going to be nice in 5 days, 6 days, and 7 days, so you can get up and out and back. And you know, the lower parts you can climb when it's snowing and poor conditions, as long as you're quick enough to get between A and B and get into some shelter. But at the top, there is no shelter. You just got to climb.
Steve, with that forecasting, do you get weather forecast?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few different things. Ours came from Switzerland. We had 2 different ones. But often it's a case of the airlines giving projections of what they're seeing up there.
So how did you say there were a number of expeditions at the time in the area? Is there some body that patrols or that we got a report to?
No, each expedition is very secretive on when they're going, because they don't want to be going up. So if you've got one of the main or most well-regarded people, if he says I'm going up on Monday, you know, there's some really poor managed expeditions we'll go Monday as well. And so suddenly, you know, you've got a traffic jam when you don't need it.
Steve,
Sorry, yeah.
Steve, I'm going to base camp next week.
Yep.
How much more additional gear or time does it take just to get to, say, to Camp 1 or Camp 2?
Well, you can't, you need a permit. If you're not climbing on the mountain, you won't have a permit, and you'll find it hard to get up there.
Yeah, right.
If you're trekking, you can't stay at base camp. You stay in the nearest bit of a settlement, which is a couple of hours walk.
Yeah.
If you were to go there and say, I want the best view, well, there's a couple of places that you can peaks you can, or mountains you can come up either onto the top of the peak or to Amore, which is where I thought was pretty good views, and you can walk up to Camp 1 there easily. But when you get there, you'll then decide whether you've got the wind
That's right.
to do it, and you may well go, I think I can do this. Because when I'd come skipping down to this place where you'll stay for lunch and a cup of coffee, it'd be a 2-hour walk, and I'd be skipping along, happy as Larry, and you see people coming the other way, and they look like death warmed up there, really struggling, because they've only been up in that area for, you know, less than a week.
Yeah, right.
So it just takes time. So to get up there, you're going through a particularly dangerous area, which is the icefall. So it's probably not the best of things to do. And also, you know, if you do get up there, you've got Camp 1. You can stay there if you've got a tent and all your gear. Not many people are going to look that gear up for a night and then come down again. It's probably an unlikely.
What training did you do to prepare for Everest?
Can I just interrupt? The restaurant's going to stay open for another few minutes taking orders, so if anyone wants to eat, you should probably place an order shortly.
Just a
do, will we?
quick question, did you have
That's it.
altitude sickness at all?
We can, yeah.
No.
Yeah, but we're going to dinner, yeah.
But I do take Diamox.
What do we want?
And did you take Diamox all the way to the
I don't know, I
top?
think, we'll just see what Jack can see, won't it?
Whether it's necessary or
Some
not,
talking,
I don't
that's
know.
the beginning.
Hang on a second. Anyone want to give any money?
Yeah.
See that lady there? That's you, Jack. Shake your money.
Fantastic.
Sorry, I'm happy to talk.
Sorry, you having dinner? Yeah, I'm going to have dinner.
I went with
yeah.
a guy called Tim Morsdale in the UK,
On state.
and I climbed with him before, and it's only a small group, so it suited me. There's a whole range of prices. They may come down because the fee for a permit has dropped quite considerably. So I don't know what it's all going to end up as. But any of the big Western companies are probably okay. Steer clear of the local guy and steer clear of the Indian companies. I don't know if there's a Russian one. You need hairs on your chest for them.
You want some dinner?
Okay, thank you.
You're a member of the club.
Yeah.
We'll catch up later.
Yeah, it's possible.
How difficult would Everest be, assuming you had normal air pressure like
Did you
that?
tell me? Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
Oh, it's not technically difficult.
Actually, I think it's
It's
finished
not
anyway.
having a glance much more
No.
technical.